The death of a chosen one is not a tragedy, it is a transition, for the universe reclaims what it refined. Let's talk truth. Chosen ones don't just live different, they die different. Their exit isn't ordinary because their mission never was. Death for the chosen is a portal, not punishment. And before the body breaks, the spirit begins whispering its farewell. The signs start showing, but few are awake enough to notice. This isn't superstition, a sacred pattern, a divine exit strategy written in the stars. You won't find it in hospitals or textbooks. You'll find it in their silence, in their eyes, in the shift of their presence. When heaven is ready, earth begins to feel the pull, and those closest to them start sensing the weight of an invisible countdown. This isn't about fear, it's about recognition, because when a chosen one is about to die, even the wind starts watching. Number 1. They begin to disconnect from the world. No more interest in drama, no appetite for trends, chaos, or small talk. They stop chasing relationships and recognition. They unsubscribe from the noise of the matrix. Suddenly, peace matters more than productivity. They sleep deeper, speak softer, and smile like they know something. They ghost people they once fought to keep. They simplify their life, cut the fat, release attachments, not in depression but in preparation. They no longer crave the applause of men, because they're starting to hear the applause of heaven. Everything earthly becomes irrelevant, and people call it burnout, but it's sacred withdrawal. A chosen one close to death isn't fading, they're floating. Number 2. Their eyes start looking beyond you. You speak to them and they're there, but not really. Their eyes have that distant glint, as if they're seeing something behind you. They look at sunsets like they're reading a letter. They stare at the sky longer than usual. They find beauty in dying flowers and silent rooms. The soul is already traveling. The body is catching up. You'll notice they pause more mid-sentence, mid-thought. It's like they're translating divine downloads into human speech. And sometimes they say things that feel final. Words layered with hidden goodbyes. They begin to prophesy without knowing it. Their vision stretches past this lifetime. They don't see time the same anymore, because eternity is already whispering to them. Number 3. They start giving away their best things. Out of nowhere, they offer you their favorite book. They hand you jewelry, clothes, sacred notes. They say, "I want you to have this," and you don't understand why. It's more than generosity, it's transfer. It's soul accounting. They're settling spiritual debts and redistributing energy. What they give you isn't material, it's memory. They're choosing what part of them you'll carry forward. You might laugh and say, "Why are you giving this away?" And they'll just smile or say, "It doesn't matter anymore," because in truth it doesn't. Not to them, not where they're going. Number 4. Their dreams become messages. Suddenly, they're having vivid dreams, talking to ancestors, walking through ancient places. They dream of water, fire, gates, and stars. They wake up with tears, awe, or silence. They try to explain it, but words betray them. They speak in riddles, poems, or visions. You think they're being dramatic, but they're decoding the divine. Their sleep becomes more sacred than waking hours. They hear names, see numbers, and receive instructions. They start journaling things they don't even understand, because the spirit realm is opening. Their dreams aren't dreams, they're briefings, and God is preparing his soldier for final deployment. Number 5. Their body begins to slow down, not in sickness, just in stillness. They don't rush anymore. They move like they're memorizing the moment, like every step matters. They eat less, talk less, and rest more. Their energy is selective, sacred. Their body starts speaking, aching in mysterious ways, or sometimes glowing, radiant without cause. You can see peace in their posture. They stop reacting, stop striving, stop competing. They sit in silence like it's a throne. They know the temple is about to be folded, and their spirit is gently withdrawing from its shell. They don't fear it, they embrace it. Number 6. They speak in eternal terms. Suddenly, they're talking legacy. They mention what they'll be remembered for. They say things like, If anything happens to me, not in fear but in clarity. They talk about heaven without hesitation. Death doesn't scare them, it fascinates them. They speak about their soul's purpose more than their goals. You'll hear them reference ancient things, like they've been here before and are returning again. They say things that make you pause, lines that feel like scripture. Their vocabulary shifts from temporary to timeless. They're not scared of endings anymore, because they've met their beginning. Number 7. Animals and children are drawn to them. Stray dogs follow them. Cats curl near them like guardians. Babies smile when they walk into the room. Children stare at them with knowing eyes. Animals sense what most adults can't, and spirits recognize their own. They carry a vibration that calms chaos. Even plants respond. Flowers bloom stronger near them. Nature pays attention because something divine is nearing departure. They become a living magnet of purity, and their aura begins glowing subtly, not visible to all but undeniable to the sensitive. Because heaven is getting closer, and even creation can feel it. Number 8. They suddenly reconcile with old enemies. Out of nowhere, they forgive the unforgivable. They reach out to estranged friends. They apologize even when they weren't wrong. They say, "I just don't want to leave anything messy." You call it closure, but they're preparing their scroll for judgment. They don't want to ascend with bitterness. They clear their karmic records. They drop grudges like weight. They speak blessings over people who curse them. They bury old wars with peace, because the chosen don't leave this realm dirty. They cleanse everything before they go home. Number 9. They begin to give everything away. The wealthy man hoards. The wise man shares. But the dying sage gives it all away, not because he's careless, but because he sees the next realm clearer than this one. He hands over his clothes, his books, his sacred items, even his most prized possessions. To the unwise, it seems impulsive, but to the chosen one, it's divine succession. This isn't donation, it's spiritual inheritance. He's not emptying his hands, he's transferring mantles, because soon, his work will continue in another. Number 10. They speak in riddles and timeless wisdom. The closer to death, the deeper the words. A chosen one near death sounds less like man, more like spirit cloaked in flesh. He speaks in riddles, not to confuse, but to awaken those with ears to hear. His words are mirrors, reflections of higher truths. He drops keys wrapped in parables, wisdom laced in mystery. Every sentence echoes eternity. He's no longer teaching the crowd. He's preparing legacies. For his mouth now belongs to the divine, and his final lessons are whispers from heaven. Number 11. They experience time differently. Time bends around the dying chosen one. Minutes feel like hours. Hours dissolve into seconds. He often stares into space, as if watching realms collide. Not lost, but synchronized with eternity. He remembers things that haven't happened yet. He speaks of futures that feel like memories. His spirit is halfway home, and time is now irrelevant. He no longer plans for years. He plans for destinies, because he knows, when eternity calls, clocks break. Number 12. Animals start acting strange around them. Birds hover, dogs howl, cats linger. The animal kingdom knows. They sense the thinning of the veil. They see the angels gathering. Animals are messengers of the unseen. And when the chosen one is near death, they become restless or reverent. Some will cry at his presence. Others will kneel in silence. Even the winds behave differently around him, because nature honors exits too, and the spiritual realm whispers louder. When the animals begin to mourn before men do. Number 13. They lose interest in conflict. The warrior lays down his sword, not out of fear, but because the war is no longer his. The dying chosen one avoids drama, refuses petty arguments, walks away from chaos. He is no longer trying to win. He's preparing to transcend. Peace is his final pursuit, because the soul can't ascend while carrying offense. He forgives enemies, blesses betrayers, and prays for those who once cursed him, not for them, but to lighten his own load on the way out. Number 14. They become obsessed with light, stars, and the sky. Look at their eyes. They keep searching the heavens. Sunsets fascinate them. Stars make them weep. They stare at the moon like it's an old friend. Because it is. They crave the light, not artificial but eternal. They talk about the sky, the clouds, the sun rays, not as weather, but as signs. As if something is calling them upward. They know heaven is drawing near, and their spirit begins to rise before the body does. Because those who came from the stars must return. Number 15. They ask to be alone, but they're never alone. At the very end, the chosen one detaches. He retreats, not from people but from this world. He stops calling, stops texting, stays quiet, but his room is never empty. Visitors come unseen. The air thickens with presence. He talks to things others can't see, laughs with beings others don't hear. Because the veil is now tissue thin. Angels guard the doorway, ancestors line the hallway, and spirit waits to welcome him home. Death is not the end of the chosen one. It is merely a shift, a changing of the guards. The mission continues through legacy, and the soul becomes echo. Watch for the signs, honor their presence, and prepare, for another mantle is about to fall.